All right, what's up, folks? We're going to take a look at what's happening for Magic in 2026. At MagicCon Atlanta, they announced all of the sets being released in 2026. Seven standard sets in 2026. Take a deep breath, Jim. Take a deep breath. We can get through this. Okay, so 7 sets. It's not going to be the usual cadence. Apparently, there was some sort of scheduling mishap or whatever it is. Going to be 6 sets a year going forward, but there are 7 sets this year. A lot of universes beyond. But we start the year on a really, really high note. First set of the year is Lorwyn Eclipsed. A return to Lorwyn, a long-awaited return to Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. And of course, I was there, Gandalf. Lorwyn came out almost 20 years ago at this point. Really, really cool set. Introduced the tribal, now kindred mechanic. Elves and goblins, Ithkin, giants, and more. And the really cool, dual world of, Lorwyn, where it was Lorwyn and Morningtide was the set pair. And then there was Shadowmoor and Eventide. And they were kind of like mirrored universes, kind of like the light world and the dark world in, the Link to the Past in Zelda, where they're very, very similar, but in Lorwyn, the sun never sets, and in Shadowmoor, the sun never rises. So kind of like this cool mirrored universe. Really, really cool. And we're going to see both universes together, which looks freaking awesome. And this is a set that I know a lot of folks are waiting for here, with this double whammy of universes beyond to cap out 2025 of Spider-Man into Avatar. Folks are clamoring for some real Magic IP, and this is it. So I think this is possibly the most important set release for Magic for the entire year, starting off 2026. Magic really needs to show, if it's to keep doing universes beyond at this rate, that its own story, its own IP can be done and done really, really well to kind of hold over folks like myself who don't really love universes beyond. But there is a lot of universes beyond them, as list, which we'll be going into, of course. But yeah, Lorwyn's a huge one. And of course, I just qualified for the Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed at MagicCon Atlanta. More on that, other videos, go check those out. But yeah, so very, very cool. Very, very excited. Maybe get some cool goblins. And of course, everyone loves goblins, elves, Kithkins, and more. So should be a pretty awesome, popular release. So that's set number 1 of the year. Set number 2 is in what? In March, we're going to have an unannounced Universes Beyond product.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is unannounced at this point. This is releasing in almost 6 months. This is a pretty soon time frame to be unannounced. I can only assume it's some sort of weird licensing issue, but this is it could be anything. I imagine it wouldn't be like Star Wars, more on that in a bit. Maybe it's the X-Files, I don't know. Mulder and Scully, that'd be cool. Yeah, so this is a full Universes Beyond set. We know nothing about it. We don't know what it is. It's really, really weird for them to have a set that is releasing so soon, not be announced at all. Very peculiar. Very, very mysterious. I don't know. Don't know what that one's going to be. We're going to find out, but we'll see. So that's Universes Beyond set. Then in April, what's next? We have The Secrets of Strixhaven. We return to Strixhaven, much more recent set than Lorwyn, but I would say a pretty cool set. This is the wizard world of Strixhaven. It's funny because it's kind of like the Harry Potter set, and we all know how we feel about Harry Potter when it comes to Magic usually. So interesting to see a return here, Strixhaven. Not sure what they're going to do with this set. Strixhaven was pretty cool. I think it was, kind of a clever set. I don't think it was universally beloved or whatever. It's kind of funny because time heals all wounds. For example, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty was the return to Kamigawa after 20 years. I was there 20 years ago. Kamigawa was not a particularly well-received set at the time. But 20 years of nostalgia brought a lot of goodwill, and Neon Dynasty was a smash. Really, really awesome, kind of new look at an old property. Had nostalgia, but had new stuff too, which was really, really cool. Lorwyn has that sort of long-term nostalgia. Strixhaven doesn't really. Strixhaven is, only about 5 years old. So interesting to see how that's going to work and how they're gonna swing it. But I'm excited for it. It's a real Magic set, and should be pretty cool. I enjoyed Strixhaven. We'll see if they stay with the enemy-colored schools or go on beyond that. We'll see. Looks pretty cool, Strixhaven. I don't know. So then in June, it's time to go back to Marvel.
You're the Spider-Man from YouTube.
Marvel superheroes, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really get this one. Marvel Superheroes is the most generic name I've ever heard in my entire life. It looks like it's just going to be Marvel cards, you know. We just had the Spider-Man set, which admittedly was supposed to be a smaller set. We know we're doing a lot of these Marvel sets. You know, they put the one Infinity Stone in Spider-Man. We can only assume that there's going to be the other 5 Infinity Stones across 5 different sets. And it seems really weird to do a generic superhero set when you could have like an X-Men set or a Fantastic Four set or an Avengers set or maybe like a Cosmos set, which is like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, Galactus, kind of like, you know, kind of Cosmos-y things. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you said, hey, Jim, gonna be 6 Marvel sets, what should they be? I could just bang you out, you know, just you get like Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers, Cosmos, and maybe like villains or something like that, or street level, or I don't know. So really, really weird, given that their plan for Marvel is so large. Spider-Man also, it flopped. I don't know if it's flopping monetarily, but like I think that universally Spider-Man is being viewed as a pretty poor Magic set. In gameplay, in aesthetics, given the whole really awkwardness of the online to paper non-congruent releases, it's a freaking mess. So we'll see how that translates over to the superhero set, which also looks again kind of weird. You know, if it was like just X-Men or just whatever, it's something to latch on to. But this is a little weird. We'll see. We'll see how that one goes. Then in August, 2 months later, we go back to Middle Earth. That was not the drop I was looking for, but whatever. And this one is a little weird for me because, you know, if you know me, you know I don't love Universes Beyond. You know, if I had the choice, I would say no Universes Beyond ever. But I love Lord of the Rings. I love The Hobbit. I'm a huge, huge Tolkien fan, like mega Tolkien fan. I'm currently reading The Hobbit to my 3-year-old son, Cassian. We're like halfway through. He's enamored with it. He's going to be Bilbo Baggins for Halloween. Like, so this one hits a little special for me, you know, and I do love Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings set was cool, you know. If that's going to be Universes Beyond, I can certainly live with it. So I imagine The Hobbit will be the same thing. But yeah, so pretty cool. I'm excited about this one, even though I'm not a big Universes Beyond fan. I freaking love The Hobbit, and of course, I can't wait to show Cassie the Bilbo Baggins card, and that's gonna be very, very exciting. So that's a big one for me. This is probably, you know, the release of the year. Them having to nail this Hobbit set, which I should definitely do. I mean, Lord of the Rings was a great set. And I expect no different from The Hobbit. I'm sure Care will be taken with it, and it'll be really, really cool. So that's in August. In October, we come to Reality Fracture. The hell is that? We have no idea. So we've got 2 kind of throwback sets this year in Lorwyn and Strixhaven. Reality Fracture sounds like it's going to be like the new set of the year. And the word on the street is it's going to have some serious like Magic story implications. What does that mean? I don't really know. It's kind of tough because like, you know, fracture is a good word for what the current Magic story is, being broken up here by Thor and Bilbo Baggins and so on and so forth. But we'll see. I love the idea of new Magic properties. If you know me, you know I love new things. I hate nostalgia. I'm a real new things kind of guy. So, you know, Edge of Eternities. On the first pitch, I was like, a space set? What? But ended up loving the aesthetics of Edge of Eternities. The set itself was like just fine, I think. But I think aesthetic-wise, Edge of Eternities absolutely nailed it. I love the uniqueness and the creativity of it. So hopefully Reality Fracture will bring something similar in October. Then, our 7th set of the year, we end off on frickin' Star Trek. Now, this is a weird one for me also, because once again, I'm not a big Universes Beyond fan, and once again, this is a property that looks really, really weird in Magic, but
I don't believe in the no-win scenario.
I freaking love Star Trek. I'm also a huge Star Trek fan. You know, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, the original series, less so than the original movies. Nicole and I are currently watching Lower Decks. Like, huge Star Trek fan. I'm certainly have major trepidation of like it just not. It's seeming even less congruent than Edge of Eternities or something like that, where it just Captain Kirk on a Magic card just seems really, really weird to me. But I love Star Trek, so we'll see. This is one of those weird releases where it's like, yeah, I am the target audience, but is this gonna hit for me? I don't really know, honestly. You know, I do love Star Trek. I'm a huge fan. You know, I have you saw me wear my Picard uniform when we were doing Edge of Eternity's 10 New Brews and Bronze Mythic. So we'll see. This one's a little interesting for me. I don't know. What do you think? So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. As always, what do you think of the release schedule for 2026 here? A lot of Universes Beyond, some weird non-fantasy properties, some cool throwbacks. Let me know what you think. All right. So reminder, please check out the Pro Tour video. It's freaking awesome and a lot of work went into it. That went up. And of course, check out the other videos. Like, comment, subscribe. My name is Jim, Pro Magic player, full-time content creator, and commentator. Love you all. Thanks for watching. See you next time.